This conference will now be recorded.
See, what's meant by speed? Nothing but how fast you are getting the response. Let's take any application here. Okay, here we have a lot of applications. Let's take Amazon application, Amazon.in. See, if I'm clicking that one, how fast I'm getting the response. See, I'm just clicking today deals. How fast I'm getting the response. Okay, this is nothing but a speed. So if I'm clicking, I'm getting the response. See, here I'm clicking, I'm getting the page. So that is nothing but fast or speed. You can call it as a speed. Okay, this much fast you are getting the response. Okay, such a way you have to determine the speed, how fast you are getting the response for that many number of users. For example, if the client will provide a certain number of users, like he is expecting to test his application with 1000 users, that time you will be testing the application with 1000 users and you will be verifying how fast it's responding for the 1000 users. If I'm clicking today's link, how fast it's getting response, it's getting responded. That's it. Speed nothing but how fast you are getting the response. How fast you are getting the response. Scalability. Scalability nothing but simple, guys. Up to how many number of users the software can handle. Next thing is stability. Stability nothing but, guys, stability nothing but up to how many number of users the application is stable. Stable nothing but if you are providing certain amount of load, the application can sustain. Yes. Then if you are keep on increasing the load beyond the limit, beyond the limit, at a certain point the application will become crash. Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? For example, um, any vehicle, so so it can bear up to 20 tons, but you are keeping 10 tons, 12, like 15 tons, 20 tons, 25 tons, 30 tons. At a certain point it can break. Okay, that point you have to identify, that is called stability. Okay, you have here we have to identify peak point or ping point of the application, or we have to check up to how many users the application can handle. These things we have to identify. Okay, mainly as part of performance testing, we have to mainly focus on these three terms only. Okay, performance means speed, scalability, and stability. These three terms only we have to focus, and we have to mainly reporting to the customer also. These three terms only. Okay, these three terms only we will be mainly uh, focusing, and we will be giving some recommendations, everything based on these three terms only. Okay, clear, guys? Till now, any doubts? Any doubts? Any questions? Any doubts or
Clear.
any
All
questions?
all good for now.
Yeah. Next, we'll move on to the next thing. Why performance testing is required? So, if I'm not doing performance testing, So what is the impact? So is it mandatory? Let's see. See why performance testing is important. So why performance testing is required? Why means, for example, let's see. Uh, Here we have two friends. One is Ramesh, another guy is Suresh. Okay, these two people are there. These two people are selling the tickets in the bus stands. Like in the bus stands, they'll be selling a train tickets and bus tickets and hotel tickets. The both people are selling. Okay, okay. The both people are selling flight tickets and bus tickets and then train tickets. These guys are uh, selling the tickets with some other platform. Okay, and they're getting good response or good profits. Then they supposed to develop their own application. That's the reason Ramesh has been developed the Ramesh Rams application, Rams booking site. Okay, he developed one application. Okay, and that application is Rams booking. Same manner, Suresh also developed an application, Sure Bookings. See, the both people they went to the software company. They given their project, their application to them. They have developed two applications to each and every one. So here development phase will be same. Here also development phase will be the same. And here testing is same. Testing is same. Here additionally hidden performance testing. So he is not interested to conduct the performance testing. Okay, he did not done the performance testing. So deployed into he directly deployed into the directly deployed into the production. Okay, let's see. So each and every application is having like if they're supposed to book the tickets, they have to launch the application, right? They have to launch the application and then log in into the application. Then they have to book, then payment, then sign off, right? These are the transactions should be there, right? In order to book the ticket, these many transactions are there or not? Tell me, guys. Yeah. See,
Yes.
let's take the Ramesh application. How it's respond. See, the both people given the project for development, same amount, same budget they have provided for development phase, like some 5 lakhs or 6 lakhs provided. Same amount he also provided to developing the application and testing for the application. He developed some X amount of rupees. Same amount of rupees he also invested for testing, and here performance testing he additionally invested some amount, but he did not done the performance testing. See what is the impact on both applications. See, both applications having some common transactions here. uh, who are using the Ramesh's application, if they are clicking the launch button, they'll be getting the response. They'll be getting the response in 2 seconds. Okay, 2 seconds is launch, and login they'll be getting in 1.5 second, and booking transaction is taking 2 seconds, and payment is taking 2 seconds. Sign off is taking 1.5 seconds. See, approximately in order to complete a booking transaction, how much time does it taking, guys? 2 plus 1.5, 3.5, 5.5, 7.5, 7.8, 9 seconds. Within 9 seconds, uh, whoever is using this Ramesh website, they can able to book the ticket within 9 seconds. Yes or no? Within 9 seconds, they can able to book the ticket. Let's see the same performance. How is the performance of Suresh website? See here, Suresh website, he did not done the performance testing, right? Uh, in order to launch the application, it's taking 30 seconds. In order to log in into the application, it's taking around 60 seconds. Then he wait for the booking. In the booking, it's taking around 180 seconds. And payment, what is happening now? Payment, it's taking 300 seconds, but till sometimes uh, he's getting some 404 pages on a page not found, some errors he's getting. Even though if he wait for 300 seconds, he's getting page not found, something, they are getting some errors. And only sign off is taking 60 seconds. Okay. Now you can see how much time does it taking. 90, 90, 270 and 570 and 630. Okay, 630 means around 6.5 minutes. Okay, it's taking around 6.5 minutes to book the transaction. Okay, around 630 seconds it's consuming. Around 630 seconds it's consuming. See, even though some of the people are there in the payments page, if they enter all the credit card details and all, if the payment got completed, if you are not getting any confirmation, the customer will be bad whether he looted the money or he didn't get the confirmation, means he'll be in a dilemma and he'll be in tension. Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? If he is the end user, he won't wait this much time. So if I am the end user or who you are the end user, uh, you can't wait this much time, right? Alternately, you definitely go to the other website. See, you don't need to wait for this much time. Alternately, all these customers of this application will be migrated to the another application, that is Ram's application. Why? Because it's completing within 9 seconds. Okay, it's completing within 9 seconds. uh, that's the reason all the customers will be migrated to the Ramesh application. So Ramesh will go to the profits and Suresh will go to the losses. Okay, his business will go to the loss. Yes or no?
Yes, bro.
Loss. He'll go to the profits. He'll be going to the profits. So in order to avoid this kind of business loss to the customer, we have to do the performance testing for this application. Okay, that is the importance of performance testing, guys. So clear, or having any doubts? Hello. Anyone having any questions? You can raise, guys.
Clear.
Uh, Clear the leap. So just that it's an overview, right? The random 30 seconds, 60 seconds time, what Suresh used. We did test that, but for the understanding purpose, you're just showing it, right?
Yeah, not here exactly. The entire course process we can explain.
Yep, got it.
Yeah, actually. So some of the times, if you are not doing performance testing, he don't know, right, how many number of users his application can handle. He don't know. Sometimes he's expecting 1,000. Sometimes he don't know, right? He don't have any count. That time suddenly a 1,500 users uh, access his application. If 1,500 users got access that application will become crash. So application went down. So he may get huge loss, right? For example, you know, right, there should be Black Friday sale and the Great Indian sale, and oh, some sales will be happening that time. If that application went to down,
Yes.
so how much business loss to the customer? There should be every second some millions of rupees or millions of dollars lost to the customer. Okay, so in order to avoid that kind of business loss to the customer, we have to do the performance testing, and we can say why it is taking 30 seconds, why it's not coming within 2 seconds. All the reasons, either the code level side issue or query level side issue, where could be the issue, what could be the issue, we will be identifying, and we will be giving solution to the respective teams, and we will be improving the performance of an application. That's it. Okay, got it. Got it, guys.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, sure, Andy. So now we'll discuss about what are all the tools available in the market, like what type of tools available for the performance testing, and why it is become major, why it is become uh, popular in the market. Okay, now coming to the performance testing, there is a multiple tools are there, guys, not only one or two. There should be multiple tools, ample of tools are there. So let's discuss it one by one. Loadrunner, JMeter, load, RPT, then PSTS, battling, then ports. Multiple are there, guys, not only one or two, multiple tools are there. Let's discuss one by one. This load runner, this load runner has been developed by the Mercury company. For the first time it has been developed by the Mercury company. From Mercury it has been acquired by the HP. Okay, it has been acquired by the HP, then it has been acquired by the Micro Focus team. Right now it's a Micro Focus. Okay, Micro Focus is the owner of this application. It's called Micro Focus Load Runner. Okay, first it has been developed by the Mercury, it has been acquired by the HP, then it has been owned by the Micro Focus. Right now it's a Micro Focus owned tool. I'll show you. Okay, so it's clearly show you. See here, it's showing Micro Focus. See here, Micro Focus Load Runner. So if I'm opening a load runner, here it's showing Micro Focus. Why? Because the full and final rights it's having by the Micro Focus itself. Okay, it's called Micro Focus load runner. Okay, let's see. Now, if you come to the load runner here having ample of opportunities, like ample of technologies. So it can support any type of application. If you're supposed to test any application, any technology, So most of the 90% of the technologies has been supported by the load runner. That's the reason load runner is uh, famous in the market. I'll show you what kind of technologies it can support, how many types of application we can able to test. Here, see, .NET application we can test, Java is C applications also we can test, and we can test the Citrix application, and we can test FTP, IMAP, Java over HTTP, and Java we use Kafka, LDAP, MQTT. This is message queues, and message queues with IoT. IoT also we can test, and Oracle NCA, and RDP protocol, RTE protocol, SAP, Cbel, and SMTP, and True Client. See here, web applications, web services, everything we can test, guys. Everything like around mobile applications also we can test, native mobile application, mobile web applications, everything we can test using load runner. So this load runner is providing that many number of options to uh, to work. Okay, so that's the reason load runner is um, majorly using in the market. And most of the licensed uh, like most of the banking, the insurance, some secure people will be using uh, this load runner only for their projects, like Bank of America, and CABC, Canadian Bank of Imperial Commerce. So and then if you see Wells Fargo, so multiple banks and uh, all these major banks will be using this one only. Okay, load runner only for their applications. And now comes to the next tool. Next tool is a JMeter. So JMeter is the open source tool, guys. It's an open source one. Okay, it's not a paid one. So for the load runner, it's a licensed tool. You have to pay licensing cost. It's a licensed tool. JMeter is a open source, like a freeware. Okay, you can simply Google it and you can download and you can use it, guys. And JMeter, JMeter also providing ample of opportunities. So it's also support multiple technologies like MQTT, IoT, and web technologies, and web services, and FTP, and JDBC. Multiple kinds of applications also it can also support. Okay, but it don't have that much support. So in the load runner, if you are facing any issue, you can directly communicate with the micro focus team. But here you don't have that much team here in the JMeter. Why? Because it's an open source. So they don't have any support members to support you. But open source means you will get an ample of resources to check your issues in the online. Okay, now it has been developed by the Apache Foundation. Okay, Apache Foundation has been developed by the Apache Foundation. It has been developed by the Apache Foundation. Next, Neoload. Neoload has been developed by the Neotis. Neotis. And most of the Dell company projects has been handled by the, they'll be using their own performance like this tool, like a Neoload they'll be using. Okay, it has been developed by the Neotis. And coming to the RPT, Rational Performance Testing Tool. So it has been developed by the IBM company. It has been developed by the IBM. Most of the IBM projects will be handled through using their own tool called RPT. Now come to the VSTS. VSTS is nothing but Visual Studio. Visual Studio will be developed by the Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft. Most of the Microsoft projects will be handled in the VSTS tool. Gatling. It's also open source one. Mainly it has been recommended for the API testing. API testing, it should be it has great features. That's the reason they'll be using Gatling for API testing. Most of the cases they'll be using for API testing itself. Next, OATS. OATS nothing but Oracle performance testing tool. It has been developed by the Oracle. Okay, it has been developed by the Oracle. Okay, why? Because it's a Oracle developed tool. So like this, we have multiple tools are there. Right now, it's a Locust, Sitespeed.io, and multiple tools are there. Okay, not, but among all those things, these two become the famous as part of licensing, as part of open source. Okay, clear, guys? Having any doubts till now? This is tools overview. Okay, I just provided performance testing importance, and I just explained about the overview about the performance testing tools. Okay, any doubts or any questions? Any questions, guys?
So do we have any certifications for specifically load runner and JMeter?
JMeter, we have small kind of place meter certificates are there, certifications are there,
Okay.
but certifications is not that much important here. Okay, you don't need any certification. You have to attend the
Okay.
interviews. Yeah,
Acha. Just the subject knowledge matters and the experience.
yeah. Only knowledge and experience is the matter. Certifications is not
So,
required. Yeah,
so in
and
in coming classes, once we are done with the classes, we might also go with the live projects, right?
yeah, I'll show you the end-to-end project life cycle. End-to-end project.
So, oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Any other questions? Any other questions? Anything related to the performance? So you guys can ask, guys. Any questions you guys having, you can ask. So next we'll come to the performance testing life cycle. So in the performance testing life cycle, we have phases called POC. So this is the actual classes will begin from tomorrow. Okay, I'm just giving the overview about the how many phases are there. POC nothing but proof of concept. Test plan. Load model or load model. Scripting. Test data creation. Scenario design execution. Analysis and reporting. So you can provide some reporting and recommendations also, some other stuff. So this is the mainly steps in order to complete any project. The project will comes under this many cycles, like performance testing life cycle. Whatever you have, SDLC, STLC, software development life cycle, software testing life cycle. The same manner, we also having performance testing life cycle. Okay, Here we have POC, NFR, test plan, and workload model, and then we have scripting, and then test data creation, scenario design and execution, and analysis and reporting. So these many phases are there. Okay, so now so you guys having any questions, you guys can ask, guys. Any questions? Any questions related to the performance, or right now we explained some demos, right? In the demos you guys can ask any questions or any doubts. No doubts?
All good from my side, Dilip.
Yeah, yeah, thank you, Suresh. Thanks for the confirmation. And s- see, let's discuss about bit one by one, on a simple terms. So what is meant by POC? POC nothing but proof of concept. So once you will get the project, you have to understand whether you can able to proceed, or you can able to like which tool is feasible. Like we have multiple tools in the market, right? Which tool is feasible for this application, or whether we can able to proceed or not. Just you will be doing some trial and error method. That is, after doing some trial and error, which is feasible, that feasible one you will be taking and you will be reporting to the client, and you can proceed. That is called POC. And next phase is the NFR. NFR means here you will be gathering some non-functional requirements from the client. So non-functional requirements is nothing but okay, peak hours, how peak hours, how many number of users you require to test the application, and what are all the critical flows, all the details you will be gathering from the customer. So customer has to provide all the details. Then you will be preparing your plan, test plan, how you will test the application. So what are all things, like what is the inbound, what is the outbound, like what is the scope, items out of scope, and finally deliverables, what you will be delivering, who is your roles and responsibilities, all those things you will be explaining the test plan. Okay, and workload model, load model, or volumetric sheet, all the names will be same. Here you will be calculating some calculation part, it will come to some calculation. So per hour, how much load I need to inject, like per minute, how much load I need to inject, how I can inject that much load. So that load calculations will comes under workload model. Okay, and comes to the scripting. Scripting is the main important one. Okay, if you do the scripting, 90% of your job has been completed. So not only 90, around 70% of your job has been completed. Okay, the scripting you have to record, you need to mimic the real application behavior, and you have to run and you have to check whether it's properly working or not. So scripting, once you've done the scripting, 70% of your job has been completed. Then you will be creating a test data. So in order to run for longer duration, you have to generate some test data, or else you need to uh, request the test data from the QA team or some other team. You have to request. That comes under the test data. Next is scenario design and execution. Scenario design nothing but which type of test you are conducting, which type of performance testing you are conducting, like a load, stress, endurance, volume, or spike, or stress, or network virtualization. Which type of test you supposed to conduct? That type of test you will be designing, and you will be conducting the scenario execution. And finally, after completion of the execution, you will be preparing some analysis. So what are all your findings, how much time, how many times it's got failed, how many times it's got passed, and what is the reporting strategy, all those things you will be preparing, and you will be submitting it to the customer. So that is the roles and that is the performance testing life cycle, guys. So this is the end-to-end performance testing life cycle, and we have detailed classes on each and every one. Okay, each and everything. So what is the POC? We will explain in the upcoming classes. By next class, we can start from here. Okay, what's meant by POC and what's meant by performance. So step by step with the notes, we can start. So all these things will be important for the interview point of view. Okay, they'll ask what is the performance testing life cycle you guys are following in your project, and why performance testing is required, and what is the main objective of performance testing, why do we need to conduct the performance testing. So here we can cover 5 to 10 interview questions.